Hi Maria, how are you?
Good morning, Steph. How are you? I'm a bit early. I didn't know if I needed a password to get in, and I didn't. But yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, how about you?
Yes, very well. Very well, thank you. Nice to see you, and thanks for the opportunity to have an interview. You must tell me what you want to do with this interview and what purpose it's for.
By the way, I'm in difficult in hearing you. Um, it has echo, so
My microphone. Bear with me. Can you hear me any better now, Serpil?
a little bit better, but still has echo to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully I'll talk a bit louder.
Okay, I'm just trying to lower the voice here, but okay, so.
Okay.
Okay, right, nice to meet you, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. You must tell me what the purpose of our interview is today. What you're hoping to do with it. I mean, are you
Yeah,
part of
sure,
the networking
sure.
group? How does it work?
Yeah, I will tell you everything as described in my text. I'm Serpil Soykan, executive assistant for 18 years, and I love my job. I love this profession, and I'm also supporting the students here, the future assistants. And during the COVID-19, I started working on a project to increase the consciousness of executive assistant job description. It's just because that some companies or even in some cultures, this position, this profession seems to be like a subordinate one. Hold on, please. Efendim, sorry. It seemed like a subordinate one, but we believe we push people to understand, to be aware of that we are the partners for the companies, for the managers. This is why this project started almost, let's say, 6 months ago. So the first contacts were CEO, directors, managers who worked with executive assistants already before or at current work situation. So they share their experience, their feelings, their approach to this profession. And then later on, I started to reach executive assistants in Turkey and also in all other countries to connect the well, to move together, to increase this consciousness together, because I am alone. I can't do anything individual way, but when we are together, we are stronger and we can change the approach together. So that's why I contacted to you as well. And thank you so much that you accepted to be here. It means a lot. And I really appreciate, and I'm sure that all people, including the students, will get value from this video. This is who I am and why this project started.
Okay, well that sounds wonderful, and that sounds like an amazing project to undertake. A lot of work, I should imagine, and a lot of thought has gone into the planning of that project. But I think, you know, it's certainly something that I'm passionate about, which is raising the awareness of what we do as executive assistants. The fact that we are more management assistants, really, in business terms. And the role has changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
And I think especially with the way that technology has changed and our executives are traveling more, we're very much the kind of hub of everything that goes on in the office and the workplace. So I think it's admirable what you're doing to raise awareness more about our roles and how important we are in the business. So yeah, congratulations on doing that, and I hope.
Thank you. When I first started on that in February, it was just aiming to reach a couple of people. That's it. But later on, when I keep going on in this project, I love it. I have more patience than ever at the moment. And as long as I reach more people in all other countries, I see that this position is really a crucial one. And people in other countries see this position as a boss instead of like a secretary. So I'm just trying to also change the definition of secretary into executive assistant, not only executive assistant, manager or executive. Because we are here, we are holding this patient inside us. So this project will be longer than I think, I guess. So I'm working on that. Thank you so much, Maria. And before we start, I wish you to introduce yourself to hear who you are, what you are doing.
Okay. Right. So my name is Maria Fuller. I'm an executive assistant like you. So I have 20 years plus experience behind me. I won't say exactly how much, but a bit more than you. So I started out as really an administrator role. I moved into legal secretary work. And then after that, I moved into being a PA over the years, and then pushed my career further and further and further, and then became an executive assistant, and always pushed for promotion or changed jobs to find a better position when something wasn't happening to me within my organisation. And eventually, I suppose I reached probably the peak of my career by becoming executive assistant to the CEO of a really large multinational company called Teleperformance. I did that role for 5 years. It was one of the most exciting and demanding roles I think I've ever had, but I learned so much from that. It was amazing. Really good opportunities, lots of business travel planning, event management, involved in all areas of the business, organising all the board meetings, town halls. It was fabulous. And that came to an end, unfortunately, because of some restructuring, and my boss moved to a different country, still within the same business. So that freed me up to do other things. In the last 3 years, I've worked on a freelance basis. So I take contract positions for different companies. And I work with them on a full-time, one-to-one basis for the duration of that contract. So that could be 6 months plus. And at the moment, I am in the life sciences sector. I work for a company called Atai, which is ATAI, and they are involved in research and development of drugs which treat depression and anxiety. So very unusual environment for me to be in. So that's kind of my work history in a like a 2-minute newsreel. But aside from that, I'm also the author of this book. Oh, there's my cat coming in.
Oh.
He's coming to join us.
Yeah, I saw it. Hello.
This is my book here. I will move my sticker. So this is How to Be a PA by Maria Fuller, which is me. And this is all about being an executive assistant. And it's got all sorts of tips and hints and really go-to guide for the executive assistant. It's
Great.
a really thick book. It's a big manual.
Great. It will be a great tool for the students and also for us. I will definitely order one for me. Oh, hello.
So yeah, going back to this. This is Bogo, my cat, Mr. Bojangles.
I will definitely order one for myself.
Yeah, there's lots of pictures in here too. There's screenshots. There is calls to action. There is.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Screenshots. There's so much in here. So you can get a copy of this on Amazon.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Once we done, I will definitely order one for myself because we are having this job, so we need this kind of tools for our profession.
Ah, brilliant. Okay. So it's very much an educational guide. It's a learning and
Uh-huh.
development guide. And I wrote the book because um, I looked on Amazon about, well, maybe 5 years ago now, for something that was going to help me to increase my learning more. And I found the number of books on Amazon in our sector a little bit limited. There was books by celebrity assistants and people that have maybe worked in different environments, not the corporate elements of the book
Uh-huh.
work. I thought, I don't think these books are quite relevant to me because I'm not in a celebrity environment. I want to know about the corporate world. And so I thought, okay, the book isn't there, so I'm going to write one myself. So I
Great,
did.
congratulations.
It took a long time. You're going to sit down. Sit down, Miss Cat. It took a long time to write, but I did everything myself. And I also produced the book myself. So all of the editing, the formatting, the book design, the cover and the way it's laid out inside, all different chapters and so on inside. It's all my
It
work.
seems nice. Also, the color of the cover, it's like feminine color, pink.
Yeah.
And in Turkey, some universities are seeking for books like that. So I will definitely order one and share with the lecturers at universities. So yeah, why not? They can order
Thank
also one for the universities, university
you.
libraries.
It's I don't know which Amazon platform you have access to, but
Uh-huh.
if you look at the Amazon.co.uk platform,
Mm-hmm.
it's got some very good customer feedback, so you can see what other people have written and thought about the book.
Thank you
So
so
yeah,
much for letting me have this book because I was not aware of that you are writing a book. It's really nice. I'm impressed because I also would like to write one, but every day
ah,
I am postponing it. Every day I am postponing it. So
it's
it's
a
a
lot of
big
work.
excuse of
Yeah.
mine. I'm
It's,
accepting that, but
and
sure.
what is it about your book about, Circle?
It's it's about executive assistant profession again, time management, office management, people management, and also the sum of all these interviews.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely room for many more books on our subject and our specialism because there isn't enough at the moment. There's not enough people writing and sharing their experiences. So I hope to see you on the Amazon best-selling list at some point.
Thank you. I hope so. Let's see. We will be in contact. Sure. I will share with you maybe the copy before I go on publish.
Okay,
So you will check and you will let me have your opinion, your feedback about
okay,
what I
all
have
right.
written so far. So why not? The second eyes will be always better. Maybe you can help me correct some writings, maybe some descriptions, some definitions that I write in mistake.
Okay,
So I may need your help. Thank you so much.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Maria, so the first question is that you are holding executive assistant profession, but what this position sounds you? What an executive assistant is, what's not from your perspective?
So I believe the role is very much a management assistant.
Mm-hmm.
You can really make the role your own, I think. If
Yeah.
you really want to develop the role, it's there, but you need to push for that. I think sometimes the executive that you're working with isn't necessarily sure how capable we are as executive assistants, and so sometimes it's worth sitting down with that person and explaining how you want to develop your role, what other tasks you can assist with. So a lot of it is about increasing the efficiency of the executive you're working with, helping them to be the most efficient that they can be, taking away any kind of time stealers from their day, being that gatekeeper so that they're not interrupted by unnecessary interruptions. Also being a second pair of eyes, I think, so that you can predict things in the business or prompt them for things which they may have missed or forgotten about, whether it's reporting deadlines or whether it's people's appraisals. So making sure that everything is running to time, nothing's slipping, the deadlines aren't being missed. It's quite an encompassing role being an executive assistant, but as I said, you can make it how you want to make it. If you want it to be more of a management assistant, talk to your boss about that and see how much they can delegate to you.
Right. Okay. So would you please let me know what you are doing during a day? I wish you to tell us what you are doing in a day.
Sure.
You get into office and then what's going on?
Yeah, so I work for a global company at the moment. They're a startup. They're quite small. There's only, I think, 20 of us, but we're approaching 25, maybe 30 soon. So they're in quite rapid startup phase at the moment. What I do is check diaries first thing in the day of the people that I support to make sure that their day is running smoothly and to plan and nothing else is dropped in the diary that shouldn't have done. I look for any clashes in their schedules and I move things which are maybe avoidable or shouldn't have gone into the diary without one of us accepting it. So diaries I always check first thing every single day of the people that I'm looking after. Then I look at my emails after that. And then I usually categorize my emails so that I'm looking at different types of categories. So I recategorize my emails. I use a color coding system and I will put my emails into different categories, whether they are document management, meeting management, finance admin, anything that I'm involved in, I'll put it down into different categories. So mostly it's about diary management. Then I would obviously prioritize my emails. Then I start my job after that, which can be finance administration, some purchasing for team members, organising meetings across multiple time zones, scheduling, issuing the calendar invites. Everything's online now, everything's with Zoom. Checking availability for other meetings, so which can take time because people are in other time zones and you're not going to get an instant response. Sometimes you wait overnight to get someone's response. You could be on Pacific time, for example. So a lot of it is diary management, scheduling, finance information, some purchasing, and any other projects that come my way. Actually, I've had some more simple tasks recently, like people's birthdays in the team or marriage, and arranging cards and arranging virtual cards now, which we use on Canva. So we all design the card and input our names and sign and add comments and little emojis and things. So yeah, that's kind of like the brunt of my day. Obviously, it's changed a lot because I would have been
doing everything.
Yeah, I would have been doing business travel or event management, and that's all stopped for the time being. So it's yeah, my role is a bit more restricted than it used to be at the moment.
Thank you. And the third question is, what are the key elements of your success? Do you have some ways that takes you to success? Maybe you can share with us here.
Oh, I think obviously being super organized helps, so that you don't miss anything, and especially if you're working with multiple directors, you need to be super organized with regards to each person. I think I think always see if you can push your role further, and don't be afraid
Right.
to ask about that. So if you are ambitious, let your executive know that when the time is right. I think it's good to have a good rapport with your executive. And if you feel perhaps your role has become slightly stilted or it's stagnating a bit, that's the time to have a conversation with your boss and say, I can give more, I can do more, I need to take on more work, how can I help you? And always be super positive about it rather than saying, I'm not happy or you know, I'm not given enough. Give them opportunities to help you in your growth and say, you know, I've noticed there's an event coming up, can I take that on? Or, you know, I've noticed that the SharePoint system needs, I don't know, reorganizing or managing properly, can I take that on? So I think always to find opportunities to push your role, to develop your role further.
Exactly.
Yeah, and make that known in a very positive way. Schedule time with your executive specifically on that topic if you need to, rather than email them. Get their attention. I think other ways to success, ultimately, if your position isn't enabling you to further your career, then ultimately it might be time to look for something else. But you need to give your current position a really good period of time before you do that. So I think ultimately at least a year in one position before you look at anything else, because you need to try your best in that role. If after that period you realise you're really not getting anywhere, then I don't think it's too negative now to start looking for something else. And if the opportunities aren't there, then maybe look within your current organisation for a different type of role maybe. I mean, you don't know until you look or put, you know, kind of effort into looking to seeing what's out there. So I think if you've taken your role to the upper limit of what it can give to you, and you still want to further your career or you're not happy, then draw a line under it, decide what you want to go, where you want to be, ultimately what you're looking for, and align your goals, and then go out into the marketplace and have a look, do some research, see what else is available, and don't be afraid to do that.
Right. Thank you.
I think one more thing is obviously always keep your skills relevant. So with regards to continual learning, always keep up to date with digital learning, digital courses, you know, learning new IT systems and software, because everything changes so much now.
Yeah, exactly.
On top of everything. I mean, 3 years ago we weren't all doing Zoom meetings, and now we are. Who knows what's going to happen in another 6 months? Maybe all the events will now be virtual, and we'll all have to learn how to do that. So I think keep doing research. There's loads of courses out there which are free. You don't have to pay for training always. LinkedIn, do some really good courses. Amazon, do some really good courses. A lot of them are free, not paid for. So have a look at those. Don't feel like you need to invest in expensive courses when often you don't.
Yeah, absolutely, Maria. And the last question is, any suggestion to future assistants or the colleagues that you are working with, or even to us? We are having the same title, but you know, our responsibilities change. But we are open to learn different things, different feelings. So any suggestion to us? It may be a book, a seminar, a training.
So I'm not sure I quite understood your question there, so could you repeat that,
No,
please?
I mean that, is there a suggestion you can give executive assistants, the future executive assistants, the students and colleagues who would like to be assistant? Maybe they can improve themselves by taking the training you are going to suggest.
Okay. So I think there's always training courses out there, and have a look at, you know, where you think your weaknesses might be. And if you're not sure about what training you need to do, have a look at some job descriptions which are current and see what those employers are looking for, because they'll list all of the skills that are needed for that job. And if you start seeing things in those advertisements that you think, I don't know how to do that, then maybe you need to learn, and those are the things that you need to focus on. It's different, probably in different sectors, what employers are looking for. So, for example, in my role now, I help with some legal administration, and we use an e-signature software, which I wasn't familiar with. So when I came online in my current organisation, and I had to use things or process things using software called DocuSign, I didn't know how to do that. So the first thing I did was find online training for DocuSign and teach myself how to do that. So constantly assess your skills, I think. But with regards to other things, you can always join, you know, networking groups, online PA groups, different forums. Do you have, Circle, I don't know what you have in your country, but do you have trade publications and things for executive assistants? Do you have magazines or, you know?
No, we don't have. We don't have here.
Okay, so, I mean, one publication that I'm involved in is called The Executive Secretary, and you can find that online. There's lots of good resources and guides on there, and regular articles which are free online.
Yeah, I will be so happy.
So you can take a look at that. Executivesecretary.com is a good resource.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Maria. I am done with my questions, and you gave a great value to this project. But this is not only my project, this is our project to have more awareness to this profession. Thank you so much. Really appreciate a lot.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you, and best wishes to all of your colleagues there, other PA colleagues and students. Wishing you lots of love.
Thank you so much. Please stay connected, okay?
Okay, you too.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.